I wasn't gonna do no blogs like this. I wasn't gonna talk like this, but I'm gonna talk like this anyway. Shout out to everybody if you following me. For the battle rap news, I appreciate that. But right now, we talking about something a little bit different. Now, people ask me questions. They like, yo, like Piperboy Williams, what stocks are you investing in? What you doing? And I'm telling y'all over and over again what I'm doing, what's been working, and how you can make money. You see what I'm saying? Some people listening, some people not. The people that's listening, they going on to Twitter. They ended up like messaging me. You know what I'm saying? I'm retweeting them, this, that, and the third. I appreciate anybody that listens to any type of knowledge because for me, I had to be a sponge and completely give up everything that I like held dear to me in order to make things happen for me financially. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. We about to get into this and talk about this. What's up? You know what I mean? I don't care if it's 40 people in here. I don't care if it's 50 people in here. We gonna talk about it. Somebody said I'm here for the game. That's what's up. Listen, people ask me like, yo, what stock are you investing in? What do you believe in? First of all, I'm going to tell you right now, it's Tesla all the way. 90% Tesla, 5% NIO, 5%, Bitcoin. But that's not where we at right now. We can get into puts, stock options, and we can get to buying low, selling high. But I'm going to tell you what you need to do before you start doing this. People ask me questions like, yo, I can't even afford like a share of Tesla stock, right? Or Amazon stock or whatever stock. I can't afford a share. Like, what do I do? Buy partial shares. But before you do that, there's a step you got to take. But before I get in this, we gonna talk how I ended the day. How I ended the day. 32 racks. How I ended the day with 32 racks. Listen to me. That's just what I'm willing to lose. It's not like bank account. I put 20,000. What was that? Like a little bit over a month ago. 20,000. And I'm at 32,000 already. You see what I'm saying? But this is how you start. The first thing you got to do is get all of these people out of your pockets. All of these, and what am I talking about? This goes back to Dave Ramsey and people like that. Get all these people out of your pockets. All these subscription-based companies that you got. You gotta be the flyest. You gotta have every fitted cap. You gotta have the Air Maxes. You gotta have the Nikes. You got all these bills that you paying. Most of these bills you don't even need. You see what I'm saying? Like, stuff that you paying on. You paying the minimum payments on these credit cards. You in perpetual debt with the credit cards. You can't get out of the credit card debt. So yeah, your money is constrained. If you're making 29,000, 40,000, 50, 60,000 a year, 50,000 a year, you might still feel like even though I'm making this money, financially, I can't go on a vacation. I still can't afford to save up to buy a house. I still can't get the car I want. I still can't, live comfortably, even though I'm making 50,000 a year and I'm only, 60,000 a year. I only have X amount of money at the end of the month that's free, that's liquid, that I could play with. That's not enough money to buy any shares. That's not enough money after I'm putting money, paying for insurance and putting money into my 401k. I'm not left with much. People think about that. The first thing you got to do is get these people up out of your pocket. Start from the smallest bill that you got. And we're going to get into the stocks in a minute. Start from the smallest bill you got to the biggest bill that you got. This is the snowball effect. Buy Dave Ramsey's book. He'll tell you this. This dude didn't change my life, bro. Start from the smallest bill. You pay that off. You go crazy on that bill. You pay it off. Now the next bill, whatever you were paying on that bill, you add to the other bill that you was already paying. You get Zelle tight. You get crazy with it. You pay that off. Next thing you know, no, that don't mean now I'm about to go buy like a new fitted. I'm about to buy some Yeezys. I'm about to buy a Gucci belt. That don't mean that. You see what I'm saying? That means now you got two bills paid off. You work on the third one. You see what I'm saying? You pay that bill off. Now you got to start thinking, man, I got all this extra liquidity. I got all this extra money like in my bank account. You start looking like, man, I did want a new Camaro. You know what I'm saying? I did. Piperboy been talking about Teslas. I think I can get a Tesla now. I ain't got these 3 bills on me. Just not how you should be thinking. Now you got to get that fourth bill off of you. Now you got 4 bills up off of you. Now you start thinking, man, I could like be saving to get a house. I could be, you know what I mean? That's something you got to think about. But you know what you got to do once you get these bills paid off. Y'all smart. Y'all be peeping game about everything in battle rap, but I'm about to have y'all peeping game on this. Once you get all these bills paid off, save up an emergency fund. That's what we gonna do before we get into stocks. I gotta. It's a reason I'm about to tell you. Save up an emergency fund. This should be 4 to 6 months of expenses. This includes your mortgage, rent, anything that you have to have in case you lose your job is what you need for 4 to 6 months. You see what I'm saying? That will enable you to get through a tough situation. Once you get that 4 to 6 months saved up, you ain't got no bills. You know what I'm saying? Your credit automatically gonna go up. You see what I'm saying? Once you ain't got those bills, then you start putting money into the stock market. You see what I'm saying? You got your job. That's the money that you're gonna be making. You ain't got all these people in your pocket. Now you got extra liquidity. You got extra money. You got money to play with. You got your 6 months, 4 to 6 months worth of expenses already saved up. Nobody can tell you nothing at this point. You see what I'm saying? If your boss start acting crazy, what you think you can do? I think I can get a job in a month. I think they about to stop talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? You start walking different. You walk into a store, you like, man, I could get that. You start thinking different. And the thing that you learn, some of y'all already know, some of y'all already got money. When you start getting money, the things that you wanted before you started getting money, you no longer want once you got money. Listen to me. You know what I'm saying? The things you want, like money enables you to do what? Buy more dumb you don't need to impress people you don't like. Let me say that again. Money enables you to buy more crap that you don't need to impress people that you don't like, that you don't really want to hang around or kick it with when you think about the type of people those people is. So what you gonna do? You gonna buy something to impress these people that you don't like so you can stay in perpetual debt, or are you gonna take that money and make that money work for you? So you live like nobody else now, so you live like nobody else later. You got to start thinking like that. PIPERBOY, why you got the same hoodie on? We're going to get to the stock market. We're going to get to the stock market. I told you, I'm 90% Tesla, 5% NIO, 5% Bitcoin. Bro, I'm about to turn that into a rap. 90% Tesla, 5% NIO. Look. How am I making all this money in the Tesla stock if the stock only moves like this every once in a while? Are you doing puts? Are you doing stock options? What are you doing, PIPERBOY? Is that what you're doing? That's just the only way you can make money. No, that's not. I buy in. I watch for the dips. Sometimes I sell when it goes high. When it dips, I buy back in. It's the simplest thing that you can learn. When it goes up, the daily high, you sell. When it goes down, you buy. Depending on the news could be showing you something like Goldman Sachs is saying that they are raising what Tesla stock is. Tesla stock right now, I think earlier was like 584, right? Goldman Sachs, they said that they're raising like the price target to like 780. 680 or 780. I think it was like $780. What do you think is going to happen to that stock? You see what I'm saying? Right now may not be the right time to sell. So if it dips, I'm going to hold steady in my position. When it dips, I'm buying more. If you don't have enough money to buy that whole share, I'm buying partial shares. When it dips, I'm buying, but I'm holding, depending on the news. You see what I'm saying? So earlier today, I think I showed like a picture. I was at 30,000 something. I ended out the day. That's what I'm ending out the day with. That's what I'm ending out the day with. You see what I'm saying? It depends on what you want to do. And then you got to start thinking. Yeah, you short sell is good. It's good money. It's gonna be fast money coming in. But when you short sell, you got to pay higher taxes at the end of the year because you're pulling the money out in less than 365 days. So you're going to have to pay higher taxes. Whereas if you went long term with a company of your choosing, you don't have to pay that much money back in taxes. If you got a company like Tesla that's constantly going up and going up and going up, and everybody's complaining that they're missing the train. Stanley Druckenmiller, these people that are, billionaires, all these people talking about Tesla. They keep saying, oh, every month we miss the Tesla train. Every other month we miss the Tesla train. We miss the Tesla train. Isn't that an indicator to tell you that that's probably a stock that you need to buy? For the SEC, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just telling people. If it dips, don't trip. If it dips, don't trip. If you buy a NIO, if it dips, don't trip. You know what that means? If it dips, hold your position so you lose no money. When it dips, you buy more. So when it goes back up, you got even more shares. You got making money off of even more points. That's how it works. It's simple math. Monday comes, Monday or Tuesday, I'm buying 5,000 more. And I'm hoping, even though Tesla stock is up right now, I'm hoping. This is how investors think. They're not thinking like the regular, but I'm going to tell y'all some other things before in a minute. In a minute. I'm not thinking, even though my Robinhood is sitting at 32, I'm thinking about putting probably 10,000 more in it like this month. But I'm thinking, all right, so I'm in a situation that the stock is kind of high. I kind of want it to drop so I can buy more at 5,000 and 2,000 at whatever I got. Buy more in that dip. My position is already secure. I don't really care about that money that's in there right there. I ain't really trying. I know that money is going to make money. I'm trying to put new money in there. So I'm not sitting, that money's not sitting in a savings account and I'm looking stupid getting a few cents a year. You see what I'm saying? Now, you got to get out of the mindset of an average consumer, right? This is what I'm talking about. A lot of people think like, okay, I have to have the mind of an Elon Musk to create like a automotive company, or, one of these people to create Bill Gates, like a Fortune 500 company, in order for me to make real money. If everybody had the skills to create a Fortune 500 company, everybody would be billionaires. There would be no reason for a consumer. It's not the way the world works. So, because the world works like that, I have to be thinking, I don't want to be a consumer all my life, right? These are companies. Yeah, I didn't create Tesla, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm buying in Tesla. I'm not thinking of this like I'm just an investor. I'm thinking of this as like, this is my company. When they start doing the calls and, you know what I mean? Or they start, doing the meetings and, telling you what's going on with the company and stuff like that every quarter, who they talking to? You getting a special code, you go online, you listening to the phone calls because you are part of the company. Invest in disruptive innovation. Like Elon Musk said, invest in companies that you believe in their roadmap. See what I'm saying? If you believe in a company like Tesla, for instance, it's just one of the main ones I'm in. But if you believe in a company like Tesla, this company is changing the world. Changing the way we look at transportation. It's not just a automotive company that's trying to make electric cars $25,000 that's going to destroy the automotive market as we know it. They already have a higher market cap than all of the United States manufacturers combined. This company is changing things. They're making everybody go electric. It's not just that. They are a utility company. They're selling power walls. They're selling solar panels on homes, power wall, all this stuff they're selling. They're selling liquor now. Tesla's selling liquor. Right? So I got to be thinking, I'm buying into these companies. Do I want to buy a Nike? Somebody gave this to me. I said, I didn't buy this. I'm cheap. It was a present. Do I want to buy like what was this? A $65 Nike hoodie? Or do I want to put this money? What's making me think I need to buy this Nike hoodie? Nah, I think I want to buy some of this stock. I think I want to buy some of this stock. What? You got to get your mind out of the mindset that I'm an average consumer. I could do nothing but consume. That's it. I can't create companies. All I can do is consume. You know what you can do? Buy those companies and become part owners of these companies. And then now you're not, yeah, Elon Musk, all these people, they CFOs and CEOs, they making all this money, but they're bound to these companies, a lot of these people. You know what you can do? If this company not doing what I want this company to do, I sell this stock and I move over to this company. That's the flexibility that you have with being an investor. Listen to me. I ain't got no debt. I got an emergency fund. I got money in the stock market in my Robinhood, my Webull account, my Ameritrade account. I ain't worried about nothing. Can't nobody fire me. What we doing? What we doing? You got to change the way you living to change the way you living. Bars. I made that up. Ain't nobody look. You got to change the way you living to change. It ain't even working. You got to change the way you living to change the way you living. That is a fact. You got to, and this is Dave Ramsey saying this, live like nobody else now so you can live like nobody else later. See what I'm saying? That's a fact. I ain't a millionaire. I ain't nowhere close to it. My net worth is, I think I got 79 grand. I ain't no millionaire by a long, but you know what I started out the year with? Not that. You know what I did? I flipped the switch. Every blog I'm doing, I'm going to buy 3 hoodies that look the same, and I'm rocking them. I'm going to buy a couple hats. That's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got the camera. I make it happen. All this money, 9 grand a month or whatever I'm doing, off this, not my regular job and all that, but just off this, or what I'm doing, that's in the stocks. That's in the, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing bonds. I ain't doing no mutual funds. I ain't doing none of that. I'm investing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying my house off early, and that's a wrap. Let all these other people, they got all the Gucci belts, still got car notes. You paying on that? Dog, that you got the new that's the Hellcat, dog. You got the new Air Maxes? 250 for the Air Maxes, dog. You crazy? You paid that? Yeah, dog. I had to do that overtime, dog. How much that Hellcat cost you? You paying seven what a month? I can't even spell that. 7 what? I'm thinking that's $700 a month that can be going in a market. Compounding interest. You know what? We talk about disruptive innovation right now, right? Tesla was just one of them. All right, so Apple's been on a standstill. I haven't been like a supporter of Apple stock in a while, post-split or after the split. Until now. They just came out with that M1 chip. Now they don't have to deal with Intel. Their chip set and that M1 chip that's going in the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro, how fast it is in comparison to this $3,000 computer that I just bought is unreal. That's disruptive innovation right there. Intel's going to have to restructure. They're scrambling right now. They don't know if their stock's going to crash because of what Apple just did. You see Apple stock is creeping back up. You know what the good thing about Apple stock is? It's cheap. It ain't high. And you ain't got to be, crazy smart to be trying to multiply. This is what happens if you got Apple stock. You get dividends. That means 4 times a year, you just holding that share, you're getting dividends. A certain small amount of money 4 times a year just for having that stock. If you got a bunch of them stocks, you take all them dividends and you just buy more stocks to not evade, but you know what I mean? To circumvent the taxes. Keep buying them stocks. And then you get passive income with the dividend stocks. And Apple is going up and it's a dividend stock. That's not bad. I kind of want to buy one of them. I mean, I got all kind of them. You know what I mean? I kind of want to buy like a Apple computer. That's $1,000. This one right here. This is $2,500, dog. Well, the one before this one. This one, 4,000. It's a 4,000, dog. Why not take that money and buy stock? Why did that was a dumb decision to me, but I'm thinking I got 70-something thousand. I got to buy a computer. But I'm still not thinking, that's me backsliding into consumerism. You know what I should have did? Instead of me paying, what was it? It wasn't 3,000. It was like 24, it was 2,400. It's the 8-core i9 2020 16-inch MacBook Pro 8-core processor with all that. 16 gigs of RAM. So instead of me doing that, because it was what was it, tax free. So it was $2,400 plus I got Apple Care, and that was like about $400. You might as well say $400. You know what I'm saying? 400 something. So it was close to 3,000. But instead of me doing that, I should have just bought Apple stock. What was I thinking? What? I was on the phone with Vada Fly. I'm like, yo, I'm at Best Buy. I'm like, Vada, I'm traveling. I can't make a video. I'm like, yo, I just came from like Panama City. I'm like, Vada, I can't make a video. I'm debating. Which one should I get? He's like, yo, I get the cheap one. I'm like, yeah. But then I ended up paying all this money. It's a fact. But I always got get backs and stuff like that. But I'm like, yo, they might have some different ones. Yeah, but instead of buying that, I should have. That's a backsliding. When I bought that computer, it's about August. But if I would have put that money into the stock market, it would have been a different story. You see what I'm saying? Right now, I'll be looking at dividends with that particular money. Plus, the stock has climbed. I think it was around like 112 a share. A little bit after, it was like 112 a share. I think it's like 123 or something like that. Well, yesterday it was like 122. It's climbing. See what I'm saying? But we getting like, you doing stuff like this and you working and stuff. You got like 10 grand. You like, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about with bills. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about after everything is paid. You got 10, 11, 12,000. You know what I'm saying? You just think, buy, Tesla, F-150. No. Calm that down. Buy the stocks. I'm getting smart. You know what I started doing? I started paying the house off early every month. Because people say, oh, refinance houses, right? We're going to get back into the stock. Refinance your house, because you'll knock down, your interest rate and you'll pay a lower monthly payment. But people don't understand. But you get smarter with, you know what I'm saying? But you start thinking about money. Yeah, I'll refinance this house. I might get a slightly lower interest rate, but then it starts my mortgage all the way over. I ain't got another 30 years. What? What's this? I start paying an extra $2,000 a month on my mortgage. Every month, extra $2,000 to $3,000 on my mortgage. My mortgage will be paid off in 6 years. After 6 years, that means not only am I debt free, I won't have a mortgage. I'm already putting money in the stock market. I already got my emergency fund. Can't nobody tell me nothing. This mic ain't on, it ain't powered. But can't nobody tell me nothing. Then I ain't gonna have no mortgage. What you gonna say to me, dog? Own my house, you can't tell me nothing. What the bank gonna say to me? Bank? What? Crazy. And you gotta think, me staying on the track, by the time my house is paid off, I'll probably have 200,000 racks sitting there. Plus, whatever the house is worth, then I don't have to pay. You know what I'm saying? If I want to buy a Bentley or whatever, I can. But I'm not doing that. Emergency fund is the most vital step in the starting your journey into the stock market. I am telling you. Don't start running and jumping into puts and options and doing this and that without worrying about the foundation or the groundwork and things that you need to be doing in life. Start thinking about these not just investments in the stock market. This is an opportunity to own companies. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to think. And when you start, like when I be telling my son or my daughter, when we driving around and we see all these Teslas on the road, I be like, look, they buying our stuff. And we, you know what I mean? Like, look. That feels more better than I'm investing in that company. No, they're buying our stuff. This is a company that I'm going to be long-term invested in. I'm going to short the stock sometimes to, maximize my profits real quick. But for the most part, this is the company that I am investing in the long run because this is disruptive innovation. They're breaking ground constantly. They're in the S&P 500 now. They're continuing to grow rapidly. This is my company. I do not have to be Elon Musk. This is my company. Listen to me. What y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get up out of here. We got some people that sent the donation. Dominic Adams, I appreciate you. He sent a donation. Man, the other one went away. Let me see if I can pick it up. And then we got the Crypto Wonder podcast. He said, PIPERBOY, keep teaching the people. Cryptos are changing lives too. They are. But I'm 5% in the cryptocurrencies, bro. It's a little bit too volatile for my liking, but I understand your movement on it. Keep continuing to do what you're doing. Somebody, a pit bull with a $5 donation. I appreciate that. He said, where you at on XRP Ripple? I don't invest in that. And then we got some other donations. Darius Alley, he said, love you for the truth. I'm listening to you. I appreciate you. Somebody, South Rim, he said, thanks. This is how we win. That's a fact. It's you just got to believe in yourself, man. And you got to change your surroundings. And sometimes you're around people that are a bad influence. And one of my friends, he probably going to hit me right after this. He is a bad influence. He keep buying stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna buy another car, and I just did. Hold on, real quick. I mean, I put a deposit on this one. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna show you real quick. Hold on. I gotta hide some stuff, but I'm gonna show you. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Yeah. What's that? It's a Cybertruck. Your Cybertruck. I didn't order the regular one. No, I ain't ordered that regular one. Nuh-uh. No. What does that say? What does that say? What does it say? What does that say? What? But you know what I'm thinking? This isn't. This is the deposit. I ain't paid a whole 50 yet. Wait. It's a deposit. So what this means is this truck ain't gonna come. I'm not gonna get this truck until 2022 probably when I will have it. You see what I'm saying? I got other cars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep investing. I'm gonna keep making my moves that's working for me. And then when it gets to the point of time to where I'm gonna have this, all the other rides are gonna be sold. You see what I'm saying? And then this is gonna be what I'm gonna be riding in. And a big block truck. That's what it is. And I'm still gonna have Tesla stock. That's gonna be my this is my goal. This is my, you know what I mean? The Model 3 that was cool, it ain't cool no more. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want right here. That's what I want. It ain't no $100,000 car, but that's what I want. Somebody said, this one is not for those who desire maturity. Grown man blogs. PIPERBOY, thank you for this, my brother. Appreciate you. Levine Steen, he said, saw the video headline and had to ask, what do you think about everybody's talking about Pfizer stock? I'm not getting it. Yeah, they're significant, but you got to think about growth rate. I think Pfizer. I don't think it's a bad company. I think they're gonna be doing good. You know, you got a lot going on. The vaccine's gonna be coming out. Everybody gonna have to get it. They gonna have to get it. The virus is real. They gonna have to get it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have to get it. You know, and the stock may move. You know, but you know how much? I don't know. I'm thinking that's not really, you know, because you've got pneumonia vaccines, right? So you get situations like, you know, they pump pneumonia vaccines out, or tuberculosis, like medicine, Humalog, Novolog, you know, all these different like insulins and, you know, amlodipine and metoprolol and hydralazine and all these different like blood pressure medicines and all atorvastatin and cholesterol medicines and all this stuff. You got companies that pump those out, but after a while, like the stock just like it just floats. It kind of it's an even kill. It floats. So when I start looking at all those ropinirole and all those medications that all these people are taking, I start thinking about the companies and Norco, hydrocodone, acetaminophen, Percocet, APEP, you know, tramadols and gabapentin and all that. And I'm looking at all these medicines that people buy. I look at the stocks, the companies that's, you know, producing them and making them. What do those stocks do? There's a lot of people taking these medicines. A lot of people are taking these, like, you know, antivirals and stuff like that. Is that going to, you know, just you got to do your own homework on that, but I'm not investing into that one. I feel like I got a short thing I think is working. Somebody said, a NIO stock, I think it's like 40 something right now. Somebody said, no shouts out, bro. It's all love. On a tight budget. So next year, I got you, bro. Get rid of your debt. Get rid of your debt. Get rid of your debt. Another thing you want to do is never invest. This is for the SEC. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm just putting that out here. Never invest into something that everybody else is investing in. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, why is everybody, Jim Cramer and all these people, why is everybody trying to get me to invest in this company? Unless you've done your due diligence. But if you haven't, something else. Somebody said, what should I invest $100 in? You got to look at different stocks that you like. $100 ain't a lot of money to work with. Somebody said NIO is a good buy right now, but you got to think about NIO. All right, so I think NIO is a good company. All right, so you got the EV market in China. This is what's going on with NIO. This is why you guys are hearing a lot about NIO. All right, so you got the electric car manufacturer Tesla. They're dominating. They're beating everybody. They just, you know, it is what it is. Like, they're just beating everything. Now in China, Xpeng is the big dog. You know what I mean? In China, Tesla just went over there to China. You know, so they're going to be competing out there. Well, you got NIO, which is the direct competitor to Xpeng. NIO cars are far superior than Tesla cars in terms of build quality, right? So they all run like autonomous driving and stuff like that. Well, Tesla is only at, I think, like level 2 or level 3, like autonomous driving. They haven't hit level 5 yet. But the autonomous capability is there, right? So they could do autopilot, which is like, you know, standard like on a Tesla. You don't have to pay for like the full self-driving, nothing like that. It just comes with the Tesla if you buy a Tesla, right? So your autopilot. NIO car has that, but NIO also has a personal assistant on the NIO car. It's on the dashboard. It's like this little thing called a NIO that moves around. It greets you like when you walk in the car. Like you could tell it to turn it. You'd be like, NIO, turn the air conditioner on. NIO, lock the doors. NIO, do this, do that, and it does it. So it's got more capability than a Tesla vehicle. You see what I'm saying? In terms of what it can do, and it's better build quality. It's less expensive than a Tesla. This is why everybody is going crazy right now, right? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more game. So NIO is the car does more than a Tesla. It looks better than a Tesla inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Very great build quality. There's the problem with it. You see what I'm saying? NIO is a great company. It's expanding. They want to go into Europe, but the COVID is kind of messing a lot of things up from them expanding into. Hold on, real quick. Let me hit that. Turn that off. All right, so NIO, they want to expand, but they can't expand right now because of COVID, right? That is the big problem that NIO is facing right now. Everybody knows that. So people are thinking once COVID calms down, everybody gets the vaccine, right? Then they'll be able to expand. The problem is NIO doesn't make all of its parts in-house like Tesla. Tesla, Fisker, you know what I mean? Like companies like that, they make their own parts. You know what I mean? And the software that's utilized to run the Tesla, all that research and development is done in-house with a Tesla. So if anything, and even the battery technology, they're no longer really outsourcing a lot of, or getting a lot of batteries from Panasonic and all these different companies. They're starting to mine and produce their own batteries. Battery day on Tesla, I think it was like September 15th. Correct me if I'm wrong. On battery day, Elon Musk re-engineered the lithium ion battery. So now it gets like 56% more like power and like, you know what I'm saying? And it's smaller and it's like, you know, so now there's no need to get batteries from like Panasonic and stuff like that. So now Tesla batteries are going to be made in-house. The production process, I appreciate whoever, Troy Thurman just sent like some money to Cash App. Appreciate that. So now with NIO, they have a deal with the Chinese government, right? So the Chinese government, in a sense, is propping NIO up. So NIO still has a long way to expand in China. But if they want to move over globally, they may have a problem because Chinese government is probably going to not give them like as much leeway as they would desire to move these vehicles into a different country. So right now is a perfect opportunity to buy NIO. You know what I mean? But for the long run, they're not going to be able to have the expansion capability as like Tesla or anything until they start making all of the parts and doing everything in house without any need for like, you know, a government, you know, to control everything. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, right now NIO's a pretty good run, probably up to like $100 a share, you know, but you know, in the long run, when you think about expansion, you got to look at the contract that NIO has with the Chinese government. That's what a lot of like serious investors, this is what we're looking at. You know what I mean? So we all, NIO, NIO. So we're looking at the short run for NIO. Yeah, we thinking it's probably going to hit $70 a share probably within a year. You know, and then you've got different hedge fund companies giving like high price targets on NIO stock, upgrading it from neutral to buy and things like that. So people thinking like, and right now the stock market is just volatile as a whole. Tesla still stood at $5.99 a share, just letting y'all know that. So NIO took a slight dip. The dip that NIO took, a lot of people are smart, and they're. I just told you, like I'm buying like 5,000. I'm putting $5,000 more into my Robinhood stock to buy more. So y'all gonna see that, like, my overall, like, just go crazy. But people are gonna buy now in the NIO because now is a good time to buy because it's not at its 52-week high. It's like at a right, like it's kind of like it's holding right there. It's holding steady at the point to where it is. People are gonna buy once they feel like it gets to the point to where now they're ready to expand and operations. People are looking at the contract with the Chinese government. What is the government gonna do? Can this automaker survive without the help of the government? Is this another Xpeng, or is this just like a startup that doesn't really have all its ducks in a row? You know what I'm saying? It's not a Nikola. It's not that. You know what I mean? Like GM, like they don't want to deal with Nikola. Like they found out like the semi truck that they had didn't even run. It was like being rolled down like a hill, like all that. So nobody's really caring about Nikola. You know what I'm saying? But Xpeng, NIO, and Tesla is where it's at right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is how people are thinking. So when I'm not on here, and if I'm not at work or I'm not, you know what I'm saying, blogging and stuff, I'm looking at the market. What are they doing? You know what I mean? Graham Stephan is somebody that you guys probably need to be looking at on YouTube. You know what I mean? Graham Stephan is a great resource in terms of if you want to get into investment, you want to get into real estate, he's a person to listen to. He'll show you like his portfolio. He's got millions and millions and millions of dollars in it. You see what I'm saying? And he, for the most part, he's right about like picking the right stocks and choosing like which way to go. You know what I mean? I don't really listen to him for his stocks. I listen to him for his advice on how to stay cheap. You know, because my whole thing is keeping as much money as I earn so I can spend it how I want to spend it. I don't want all of these companies like having, you know, like control over me. You know what I mean? Buying the dips. Sometimes you want to hold. You don't want to sell because right when Tesla was like at $2,000 a share post split, everybody's selling. If they would have held split, they would have 5 for 1, and the stock flew up already. They probably would have almost doubled what they had. You know what I mean? So you got to think. Sometimes it's good to sell. Look at the news. Look what's going to happen. S&P 500 inclusion with Tesla. Stock's probably going to get a little volatile. It's probably going to go up a little bit. You know? Buying the dip, sometimes you hold. Even when it gets high, sometimes you want to hold. Sometimes you don't want to sell because you don't want it to have another high, you know, and then you can't, next time you buy in, you know, you in a situation where now you're spending more money just to get the same amount of stocks that you had before. You got to be smart. You got to pay attention to the company. But like I said, invest in disruptive innovation and also make sure you're investing in a company that you believe in their roadmap to success. The second you don't believe in that company anymore, you want to dump that stock. You see what I'm saying? But always start from the fundamentals, from the groundwork. Get rid of all your debt. Save that emergency fund. Live like nobody else. Stop with all these subscriptions. See what I'm saying? Stop with all this. Paying for all this craziness. Y'all be having like cable and don't even be watching it. All this how many fitted caps you need? Like some people need a whole... This is no disrespect to Misfit. Shout out to her. Misfit has a whole wall of shoes, sneakers, and everything. Why she need a whole new room for that? You know what I mean? Like, why do that? Why have to have like hat racks? You only gonna wear 1 or 2 hats. Why you need all that? You probably got $1,000 of hats. You don't own no stock. Every Air Max that they made is in your closet. Now in the basement. Your dogs done bit up all your Air Maxes. Your Jordans. I'm in Nashville, dog. Michael Jordan go down to Steeplechase all the time. Can you go to Steeplechase? Steeplechase like right around here. I can't afford to go to no Steeplechase. You see what I'm saying? You want to make them richer? Or you want to get rich? Like what you want to do? All these people, you want to make them richer or you want to get richer? Make them rich or you get rich. Either or. You might not be able to make, you know what I'm saying, or own Jordan or own Nike. Right now, you buy stock, guess what? You own Nike. You own it. You know what? Y'all got all these subscriptions to Apple Music and all that. You know what? Buy a couple Apple stocks. Now you're buying into your own company. If you just gotta have Apple Music. You can't just go on YouTube and listen to the same song. If you have to have Apple Music, own the company. If you have to have Netflix, I got into Netflix when it was $116 a share. If you have to have Netflix, Buy some shares or partial shares of Netflix. That way you don't feel crazy paying that subscription. You paying your own company, dog. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just dropping some game, dropping some jewels off to y'all. Hopefully y'all can take them. Y'all can learn from them. A lot of times we put a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I put a lot of, negative energy in the air. I ain't gonna even hold you. It'd be negative. You know what I'm saying? It's my way of trying to get a little bit of positive spin on it. You know what I mean? But giving y'all like a way for y'all to get smart about y'all finances and make some money. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But shout out to everybody. I seen Math Hoffa. He battled Nicky Jam. Stop writing for Nicky Jam, Math. Math Hoffa, you know you wrote for Nicky Jam. You did. You wrote for him. Shout out to Math. That was fire. I like that. He said, "Get them likes up, bro." I appreciate that, bro. But this is for people who care about making money. If you don't, you don't. Somebody said, "Who's nigga?" He like a reggae person or like a Latin person. Math Hoffa just battled. It's on his channel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. It was fire. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope. Math Hoffa bought views for the wrong video. Listen to me. Yeah. He bought. I'm joking, bruh. He bought views for the wrong video. He put up the Math Hoffa and the throwback. It had like 314,000. I'm like, how you get 314,000 views on that? No, man, I appreciate Math like giving us that experience, bro. Like to be able to see battle rappers battle like, you know what I mean, like industry artists. And let's be clear, Math Hoffa could beat Nicky Jam. You know what I mean? He could have beat him. I think he wrote for him. You know what I mean? But he could beat him. But you got to think, if you're Math Hoffa, you really don't care if people think you lost. You know, you've been dealing with that like a lot of your career. You don't really care about that, right? So you want artists to feel like, okay, if I get involved in the Legends Only, this dude's not about to kill me and make me look crazy. I could potentially win this. This is a big production. I could potentially win it. You see what I'm saying? So he may have taken a hit just to get like another artist. Like, oh, Math is smart, bro. This is not like a regular, like an average, like battle rapper, bro. Like he's smart. Forward stock, no, bro, no. All right, so let's get back into stock real quick. This is my theory of what's gonna happen. This is my theory. This is my theory that's about to happen. Look, so Ford is struggling. Look at their stock. Look where their stock went from 5 years ago to where it is right now. It's a joke. Now, Ford is not focused on any other vehicles. The only vehicle that they're focused on is two of them. The Explorer, and they're focused on the F-150. The CEO and the CFO doesn't compute. They don't understand that Tesla has changed the whole landscape of the industry, the automotive industry. They're still in denial, right? Elon Musk is basically telling people, if you do not innovate and if you do not change to electrification, you are going to go out of business. You're going to be bankrupted, right? We're starting to see it now. He's being very clear about that. Volkswagen knew that. So when he went to Berlin, he sat down with Volkswagen. He gave them some game. And now Volkswagen and Elon Musk, they like this. Now, the only vehicle that is propping up Ford right now is the F-150. That is the number one selling vehicle in America. It is amazing. And y'all done seen them. What I got. You know what I'm saying? It's a silver one. It's fine. Now, number one selling vehicle in America. Keep that in mind. The Ford F-150, a 4x4 comparing it to the Cybertruck that's about to come out. It's 4x4 STX model, $45,000. You get no onboard compressor. There's no great UI. There's no real technology in it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have autopilot in it. You have to pay for gas. You got all these combustible parts that'll break. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, that's a $45,000 vehicle, dog. Tesla Cybertruck, $39,000. You never have to pay for gas again. It's autonomous driving. It's made out of 8 times cold rolled steel. It's what they're using in space. You know what I'm saying? Which means that it's bulletproof of a 9mm round bullet. It's a bulletproof vehicle. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about it scratching. You don't have to worry about it rusting. And even though the F-150 with the aluminum body, they say you don't have to worry about rusting, it corrodes. Trust me, it corrodes. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about that with the Cybertruck, and it's only $39,000 starting off. The F-150, Ford just changed their research and development for the before we even get to that part. A Tesla. Have you ever had a Tesla before? A Tesla. Every so many weeks, they send you another update on your car when you sleep. You wake up, your car does new things. You see what I'm saying? This is going to happen with the Cybertruck like all other Tesla vehicles. What do you think is going to happen? With the F-150, they don't change anything to that vehicle until the next year production model. Right? That means even if it's a knob that looks different, they will not change that to the next year production model. That's why the F-150, it's got like a 5-year-old like sound system in it. Have you seen like a Tesla? Did you see the videos of me? Bruh, you're bugging. If you don't have a Tesla, you're out of your mind. You see what I'm saying? At this point in life, you're out of your mind. The Cybertruck, all this technology, $39,000. Adaptive air suspension when you're driving. You only get that in a Range Rover. Dog, that's a $100,000 SUV. This truck has adaptive air suspension that works with full self-driving if you opt to get the full self-driving in the vehicle. For a better ride quality, and you don't even have to drive it. 0 to 60 time. Hold on, wait, you think I'm joking, dog? Hold on, wait, did I just show you my 0 to 60? Just go, dog. Let me go to this site real quick. And then we go. I'm glad you asked me that question, bro. I'm glad you asked. Shout out to you for asking that question, bro. Shout out to you for asking that question, bro. That was a good question. We back in school. Ain't no dumb questions. That's a good question. That's a real good. All right, so we on the Cybertruck, right? All right, check it. My screen all messed up. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. It's all man, whatever. But wait, clean that off. Wait. So single motor, right? $39,000. It goes 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. That's the $39,000 one. The one I got, the $50,000 one, which is $49,900, it goes 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. You talking about this thing is faster than a Super Sport Camaro. It's faster than a Mustang GT. It's faster than, you know what I'm saying? We talking about like Hellcat type numbers. You know what I'm saying? And this is a pickup truck, dog. And then you got the tri-motor. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Now, you got an F-150, $45,000 truck that got no technology in it at all. None. Not to mention, the Cybertruck has got a vault. Do you know what that vault is? On the back of the truck, you hit a button and it closes and it opens. It comes with the F-150. You got to buy a bed cover. You better believe that. You're going to have to choose which one you want to buy. A decent one going to cost you $300. All that comes standard on this thing right here. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think, is Ford going to be able to survive that? No. So they just started, I think it was like earlier, like in the year, research and development on an F-150 all-electric model vehicle. But the problem is the F-150 that's all-electric is $60-something thousand. They can't get, for the profit margins to be where they want, they've got to charge almost $70,000 for that F-150 that's all-electric, that's still doesn't have the technology that a Cybertruck has in it at $39,000, dog. Listen to me. How is the Cybertruck, how are they able to produce this Cybertruck at $39,000 and still have a profit margin to be able to make money off of this truck? You got to think the Cybertruck is one stamp process. This is not a whole bunch of parts with all these different machines that have to be bought and taught and re-engineered and stuff like that on a line and make all these parts and weld together to make a body. You don't have that. The Cybertruck, the reason why it looks like that, the stainless steel Cybertruck, for one, they did away with paint. They no longer have, they're not paying to paint the truck no more. Paint is gone. And it's a one-step stamp process. The unibody, which makes it better construction. You don't have all these crumple zones and all this crazy stuff on top of the crumple zones that you're supposed to have. You got a more sturdy vehicle. You see what I'm saying? And it's cheaper to produce. So they don't have all that overhead. And Elon Musk just re-engineered the battery, dog. Battery day, that's why it was a big deal in 2020. Battery day. So now the battery goes further. You get more range and smaller capacity for the battery. You see what I'm saying? So now, if he wants to put the same amount of batteries that's in a truck, he can get insane mileage. That's why you got the Cybertruck that's $69,000. It's got a range, an EPA range at 500 plus miles. They don't even know what the end result. And if you've had a Tesla or you have a Tesla, you know every so often you get an update on your car and your car is going further than it did before. You get more range. They unlock more speed. Like earlier in the year, everybody's Tesla got a speed increase. Imagine going in, like, this is the thing about Tesla versus a Ford or like a Mazda or like a Dodge Ram or some craziness. Imagine getting into your vehicle in the morning, it's fully charged. You never have to go to a gas station again, even though this is a truck. It's fully charged. It costs almost no money to run. You have no maintenance on this vehicle, and it's doing something new every other month. What? What are we doing? Ain't nobody listening to me. What? What are you talking to me about an F-150 for? What are you talking about? Don't you ever in your life talk to me about no F-150 in your life. When this vehicle comes out, the F-150, it's a wrap. You think I'm playing? What's Ford stock at right now? Hold on. What's they stock? Because, you know, they did have to get a bailout from the government. You know, they did have to get $9.27 a share as Ford stock. If you buy Ford, unsubscribe to me right now. I'm sorry, you got to unsubscribe. We can't even. I'm joking with you, but I'm just painting a picture. Tesla is far more advanced. Ford's November numbers. All right, so let me read something to you real quick. They just put this out. Like that, the stock ain't really worth nothing. It said Ford's November sales down 21% due to F-150 pickup supply and production. The reason why the production is down on the F-150, they're saying it's C-19. No, they got to get back in research and development. They've got to be able to compete with the Cybertruck that's coming out. They're revamping. See what I'm saying? But they're saying tight inventory levels of, and if you go to any dealership to try to buy a Ford F-150, you're going to have a problem. You ain't going to be able to find one that you want. But it says tight inventory levels of Ford F-150 pickups due to pandemic-related plant shutdowns earlier this year and production starting for a redesigned model led to a 20.9% decrease in the automaker's sales in November, the company said Wednesday. This is the #1 selling vehicle in America. This is their bread and butter. They get the most profit margins off of this vehicle, dog. You see what I'm saying? They're hurting right now. What do you think is going to happen? All right, so people who buying F-150s right now, people who buying F-150s, Do they look like you or me? I mean, I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? They was dope at the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? My bad. I got one. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? The average person are not buying it. I don't see. You might see like me or whatever, but you ain't gonna see too many crazy young people driving the F-150 unless it's like a young rich kid who's got it lifted and it's an old F-150, ain't a new one. You know what I'm saying? But older people buy F-150s, the Lariats, like those are the ones that they make crazy like profit margins off of. So the Lariats, the King Ranches, all those are the old people buying those. You're not gonna see when that Cybertruck comes out. Who you think are gonna be driving a Tesla Cybertruck? Young people or old people? You think that Ford Raptor is going to be doing the same when that Cybertruck comes out? I'm asking you a question. What's up, T Money 36? Y'all think people going to be buying King Ranches and Raptors? The Raptor is what, like a $69,000, $65,000 vehicle? When you can get more technology in a $39,000 vehicle, Ford is in trouble. They have a problem on their hands. You said Travis Scott got the Cybertruck in his music video? Everybody about to have them. What do you think Ford is doing? People, right? They got 700 and something thousand people reserving Cybertrucks that could have bought an F-150. But they know the Cybertruck is coming out. You see what I'm saying? No, I would not invest in Ford at all. Not right now. Somebody said Airbnb is going to open at 44 and 50. I wouldn't be mad at like getting, some Airbnb shares. I ain't gonna even be mad at that. Because you gotta think about the advertisement. But I'm looking at reach. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's something I have to look into. But it'd be small. I'm not buying in no marijuana stock. But marijuana stocks are about to go up, and I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all know why. I don't smoke. I don't none of that. And I ain't saying nothing bad about marijuana people. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna read this to you. Oh no. I'm gonna tell you why they're about to go up. If they haven't gone up, I'm gonna tell you exactly why they're about to go up. And if you're thinking about doing it, you might want to do it. Y'all ready? House of Representatives approves federal marijuana legalization bill in historic vote. Hold on. You think I'm playing with you? You think I'm playing with you? What that say? What that say? What that say? I'm gonna read it to you because some people just don't know what that means. House approves federal marijuana legalization bill in historic vote. Basically, what they're trying to do, if you have like a criminal record in regards to like marijuana or whatever, you can have it expunged and all that. You know what I'm saying? It'll be legal. Like if it's legal in the state, the federal government can't bother you or nothing. This is going to promote a lot of states to not be scared to make marijuana legal in their states. It's going to skyrocket, bro. It said the House of Representatives approved a bill of federally legalized marijuana in a historic vote on Friday. It's a day that cannabis reform advocates have been building towards for years. A full floor vote to end prohibition in a chamber of Congress. Prior to the bill's approval in a 228 to 164 vote, Republican lawmakers spent days criticizing their Democratic counterparts for even bringing the legislation to the floor. While the vote was mostly along party lines, 5 Republicans supported the reform and 6 Democrats opposed it. Under the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, cannabis will be federally descheduled, and those with prior convictions would have their records expunged. The descheduling provisions would be retroactive too. So which means is if you have a marijuana charge from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, 20 years ago, it is retroactive, which means as soon as this bill is passed, if it goes through the Senate, you know what I mean, or wherever it got to go, you know what I mean, and the president signs it, which is going to be a Democratic president. You know what I'm saying? If he signs it into law, yo, you can get that. You could go straight to the courts and get it expunged. You pay a little $500, you get it expunged. That's what that means. So this is why the marijuana businesses is about to boom for a minute. Mind you, I'm saying for a minute because this has got to go through a Republican Senate. I think you got to go through the Senate. You know what I'm saying? And Mitch McConnell and them probably going to try to stop it. But for right now, it's going to boost this. You know what I mean? Stocks are going to go up. All right. So it says, despite the unprecedented House victory for reformers, few believe the legislation stands a chance in a Republican-controlled Senate, at least before the end of the current Congress early next month. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is the lead sponsor of the Senate campaign version of the bill. So Kamala Harris is trying to get this to pass, but they got a lot of loopholes. You got a lot of Republicans that's going to try to stop it. You see what I'm saying? Also, it says ahead of the bill's passage, debate of the floor largely consisted of Democrats making the case for the reform will help to right the wrongs of the racist war on drugs, and Republicans arguing that legalization will cause harm to children and public safety, and that now is not the right time to consider an issue in any case. So it's the Republicans trying to stop it. It's the Democrats that's passing it. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to work with each other. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So I don't think this is going to pass the Senate, but I think it already passed, like, the House. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to pass the House. So if it's passed the House, it's got to go to the Senate. That's the next step. By why it's going through all that, prices are going up. Prices going up on the stocks. Prices going up. You see what I'm saying? But I'm about to get up out of here. It's a lot going on. If some companies you want to get involved in, you might want to think about it. It's up to you. You know what I mean? I ain't going to tell y'all what to invest in, but there's a lot of momentum in that direction. You know what I mean? But stocks like that are a little bit too volatile. You know what I mean? I don't smoke and all that, so I ain't trying to get involved in that. But, it could be like a good investment opportunity. I see a path going one way, so with that, I'm not really feeling it. You know what I mean? But y'all tell me what y'all think. Somebody said, you into space stocks? Nah. Somebody said politics, bro. That's a fact. You know what I mean? And if the Democrats was against it, Republicans would be for it. Now, them saying that they believe that marijuana will cause a public safety issue, they're crazy. Alcohol causes way more of a public safety issue than anything. Everybody's stuck at home, the pandemic. People want a chief. Leave them alone. You already done made it. We can't go nowhere without a mask. Leave people alone. Let them do what they want to do. Somebody said, when SpaceX goes public, are you buying? Nope. Nope. Not me. Somebody said CGC is a strong marijuana stock, high dividends. It's up to you what you want to do, bro. If you feel like that's a good stock, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You already thinking the right mindset. You buying companies. You see what I'm saying? But y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.